All right, Shalom. First, I want to start by giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Ba'ashem Kakodash, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahawashi, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahawashi. Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father who the world calls God. Yahawashi being the name of his beloved Son who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. That's their true names in the Lashwan Kodash, the ancient Hebrew. The only names you can call upon for salvation if you're an Israelite. The Israelites mean so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans today, as well as the Israelite foreigners that have taken on the appearance of the heathen. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. I'm back with another lesson through the Spirit of Rabbi Yahweh Shema Shai. And the title I'm going to give this one is All Done by Design, or Fatherless Homes, All Done by Design. Okay, and of course I'm speaking of the things that Esau, Edom done to our people, okay, mainly the tribe of Judah, okay, by taking the fathers out of the homes and doing it in different, using different methods to accomplish that, man. Okay, the Lord really allowed this devil to do a number on us, but we understand it's all punishment from the Lord. Okay, so I just want to start by playing this clip real quick, just a portion of it.
Because Perry Homes was planned on a minimum budget, there are few places for children to play. Because of the same kind of planning, Perry Homes has no doctor, no dentist, no pharmacy. Nearby there is a well baby clinic, but no sick baby clinic. And the sick must travel 12 miles to wait for attention at Grady Memorial Hospital. And partly because of the general rule that welfare is cut off if there is a man in the house, fathers are often driven away so that mother and children can eat.
85% of the head of household is a woman, because most of the men who should be in the household, they cannot make a decent living. And of course it is better to know that a child will be fed 12 months out of the year than 3 months, which during the summer when construction work you can make a decent living.
The man in the house rule was written to prevent welfare cheating, to make sure that aid to families with dependent children would go only to families headed by mothers. But the effect of the man in the house rule is to create for children an atmosphere of investigation and surveillance, and thus the welfare system in its operation turns out to be a system to make life harder for children.
The welfare system helps the disintegration of the American family. It offers money to families if the fathers will leave them and stay away, in that sense undoing the very stability of the family and taking away one of the two parents the children, of course, need. And what I have seen, I'm afraid to say, all over the country is that the legal system works against the best kind of home for these children. We don't encourage parents to be at home with the children. We don't encourage mothers to feel that they can find their destiny as mothers. We take away, in many of the most vulnerable homes, fathers from those homes. We herd foster children together in institutions rather than trying to find decent homes for them. We don't tap the resources we have in communities and with respect to older people so that they can help out vulnerable homes. We don't sanction and encourage and support in every way, morally, psychologically, and financially, the dignity and integrity of the home. And in the worst of it is that the homes that are most vulnerable are the homes that are least supported by the policies of local, state, and federal governments. And no wonder then, out of these more vulnerable neighborhoods, we get an endless cycle of troubled, delinquent, wayward youth who grow up even more and become the lawbreakers of our society. Now, I don't know how you break this cycle except by starting out with young children.
All right. And as you can see, you know, this is something that this crafty devil, all right, because the scriptures tell us that the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, right? Being Esau, Edom. Okay, this man is very crafty. Okay, and the way he painted the picture, you know, the aid, the welfare, you know, it's maxed as help, but really it's furthering the destruction of our people, man, which we see the ends of it now. You know, a lot of Jakes, myself included, you know, didn't grow up with a father. You know, a lot of us didn't have mothers. You know, a lot of us grew up in foster care and, you know, all of that. And this is a reality for Jake, okay? But it was all by design, okay? So this is the idiom by design. It says, according to plan, by intention, okay? So this devil had a plan, all right? This is Psalm 64:1. It says, hear my voice, O Yahweh, by Shem Shai, my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy, okay? And this is something that our people got to wake up to, man. The so-called white man is your enemy, man. Okay, just look at the last, you ain't even got to go to the last 400, 500. Look at the last 100 years, man. Look at the last 50 years, man. All right, look at the last 70 years, okay? It says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. And these are all the unrighteous decrees that they put in place, man. Okay? Like child support. That's wicked as all hell. Okay? It says that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. So this man has been secretly shooting at the tribe of, at the nation of Israel, man. You know? And Jake, of course, back then, you know, wasn't up, you know. This devil is very slick. Okay? It says that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. Right? Because here it is. You're attacking the Lord's people. The Lord said, you know, touching the apple of his eye, man. Okay? So you ain't even got no fear concerning doing the things that you do to his people. It says they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privately, right? This was a snare. That whole welfare system and, you know, so on and so on is a snares that this man laid privately. It says they say, who shall see them, right? They search our iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them in the heart is deep. Okay, so the Lord put a cold spirit on this devil. And like I had mentioned, this was all judgment from the Lord. Okay, this was all our punishment playing out. You know, which Esau Edom, he knows the power within the family structure. Okay, he knows the importance of a man raising his children. Okay, so he made it a point to get the fathers out the home. Okay, and then after the welfare thing, what you have? You had he put crack in our neighborhoods. Okay, had our people selling crack, which led to a lot of our people being imprisoned. Okay, different ways of destroying the families. Okay, a lot of our women were smoking crack. You know, he introduced gang banging and violence, and the music went along with it. Okay, so it's just a vicious cycle of death. You know, but his heart is deep. This was his plan. Okay, this was his plan. It was according to plan, and it was by intention. It was intentional, extremely intentional. All right, but let's go here, man. I'm running out of time. It's Mark 3:27. It says, no man can enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he will first bind the strong man, and then he will spoil his house. So he had to get rid of the man. He had to get rid of that strong figure, that influence out of the house, man. And you had a bunch of Jakes, millions of Jakes growing up without fathers, man. And he understands how gullible the woman is. You know, women they just don't have it, and they're weak. So what did that breed? A bunch of weak men. A bunch of weak, emotional men. And then we see what happened with that. With the in the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, so on and so on. Look at Jake today. Okay? No man can enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he first bind the strong man, and then he will spoil his house. So let's look up this word bind. Okay?
Strong's G 1210. Deo.
Right? It says to bind, tie, fasten. To bind, fasten with chains, to throw into chains. That makes me think of prisons, man. Okay? He threw our fathers in prisons, man. A lot of Jake fathers were in prisons. A lot of Jake's still in prisons. That cycle is still going on. It hasn't stopped. Okay, but now the information is coming out. Like you could watch the documentary on Netflix, the 13th Amendment, man. Okay, that's a very good documentary. Watch the documentary called Crack. Okay, war on drugs was really a war on Jake, man. Okay, but the focus being he had to get rid of that strong man, and then he was able to spoil his house and spoil his goods, man. Okay, and that's exactly what happened. All right. I'm going to kind of run through these scriptures, man, because I'm running out of time. Salakia. This is Proverbs 17:6. It says, children's children are the crown of old men, and the glory of children are their fathers. You see? So the fathers are important. Very important. And then what did he do? He turned the children against the fathers. Now Jake growing up emotional, mad at their fathers, as if it was really their fault. It's not really Jake's fault, man. This is Proverbs 30:11. It says, there's a generation that curseth their father, which we've been seeing for the last 40 years. Jake talking down upon their father and bigging up their mother. How many songs you got about mothers? You got the Dear Mama, Tupac. You got Boys to Men, Mama, and other songs about moms, but no songs dealing with fathers, man, bigging up the fathers. It says there's a generation that curseth their father and doth not bless their mother. Okay. This is Sirach 3:10. It says, glory not in the dishonor of thy father, for thy father's dishonor is no glory unto thee. Okay. So our people fell into the traps, the snares of the devil, growing up fatherless and, thinking that was the, it's all the father's fault. Nah, man. Esau made it a point to attack us first. It's always been like that, But ultimately, it goes back to the curses. All right. Yahweh Shema Shai put curses on us. It's Deuteronomy 28 and 41. It says, thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. Now, of course, that you can think of the slave plantations and separating the families back then. Okay, but bringing it back to the last 70 years, okay, Jake wasn't able to enjoy their seeds, man, through different adversities, man, they were faced with. But like I said, it's a judgment from the Lord. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 54. It says, so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. Okay, and that's in the curses. Jake not being there for their children. Jumping down to 56, it says, the tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eyes shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter. Okay, so then, the curse being the woman is going to be evil towards the man. So all of this played out and unfolded, you know, over here in America, man. You know, and that brought up a bunch of our women talking about independent, and they don't need a man. You know, depending on that welfare, they don't see the value in the man. Now Esau done made it all about money. So it's all done by design is the point, you know. And you know, ultimately it was judgment from the Lord, man. Judgment from Yahweh Shema Shai for us not serving the Lord, you know. So I think I'm gonna title it Fatherless Homes, all done by design. Okay? And Salaki, I kind of had to speed through it because I got to get back to my job. But Lord's will is edifying, giving all praise and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Shai, by Hashem Kakwadash. Till next time, Shalom.